In today's news, Premier of the Virgin Islands succeeds in removal of no-confidence motion. Skelton questions Premier's motives behind motion. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force weekend operations lead to significant seizures. Premier to discuss removal of order in council with the UK. BVIHSA confirms tragic passing of VG resident. Contract signed for works at the VI Fire Services and the Tender Bay. FRETT-GEORGES is being remembered for the impact on VI health sector. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Tuesday's wish to everybody and thank you so much for joining us. Beginning on our newscast on the local scene, Premier of the Virgin Islands, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, successfully moved a motion in the House of Assembly on Tuesday, August 3rd, to have the opposition's motion of no confidence removed from the day's order paper. The motion, detailed in the order paper for the 19th sitting of the House of Assembly, reflects deep concerns within the opposition regarding the Premier's leadership and governance. Premier Wheatley argued in favor of having the motion removed based on technicalities that Skelton failed to follow.
Withdraw the motion that I just put forward, and I rise on a point of order. Madam Speaker, I'm objecting to the inclusion of the resolution which is being moved by the Leader of the Opposition under private members' business, on the ground that the correct procedure was not followed according to Standing Order number 23. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The motion criticizes Premier's Wheatley management since the formation of his government in April of 2023, highlighting what the opposition describes, and I quote, as a bleak economic outlook and I quote again, rapidly declining quality of life for the people of the Virgin Islands. The order paper states that there is a significant lack of public confidence in the Premier's leadership, which the opposition attributes to several missteps and failures within governance. Skelton spoke to the fact that the way in which the motion was presented was in fact correct.
My notice, or give my my motion of no confidence to you more than 7 clear days. Like I did questions and I did any other matter that relates that we have to hand over to the over to your offices. And it seems when there is not a speaker, then the clerk takes precedent. But when there is a speaker, you know, and I thought I did the right thing. The Premier wants to be exact. It says at the clerk, I left at the clerk's office. So I am of the view that when I leave it with the speaker, I left it with the clerk.
6th District Representative, the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, also spoke on the matter.
In parliamentary democracies, to get things moving, bipartisanship is very important. And I think the opposition over the last 3 months have been extremely accommodating to the government. We have made such steps, Madam Speaker, that you have seen that we have not done questions and answer to questions. They would normally appear in the order paper before government's business. We took a decision as an opposition in the interest of the matters that were pressing for the COI. Notwithstanding, they're not our fault, they're not our issues. We had no negotiations with the British government. That was all done by the government. We suspended questions and answer to questions on matters that were pertinent and important to our constituents. We also, Madam Speaker, decided that in the interest of time, we wouldn't do other business and comment on the other business. We allowed, Madam Speaker, during the sittings, as we saw on the last occasion, that we had an order paper that said certain things. Even these 12 bills or 13 bills that are before us, they went on the order paper for the first time last Thursday. Unprecedented. That is not the way the system works.
Honorable Ronnie W. Skelton, leader of His Majesty's loyal opposition, has raised concerns over Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley's use of technicalities to remove the opposition's motion of no confidence from the House of Assembly's order paper for the session scheduled on Tuesday, September 3rd. Prior to the ruling of the Speaker of the House of Assembly's opposition leader, Skelton shared his views on the situation in an interview with 284 Media. Take a look.
Well, I'm presently here at the House of Assembly, where the members of the opposition are awaiting the Speaker's verdict on whether the motion of no confidence will stay on this current order paper. But earlier during the course of the proceeding, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley would have raised a motion to have that particular motion of no confidence removed from the order paper. But I had the opportunity to speak to Honorable Ronnie Skelton, leader of His Majesty's loyal opposition. Here's what he had to say.
But I gave it to the Speaker more than 7 clear days, and I am almost positive that the Speaker gave it to the clerk the same time I give it to her. Mm-hmm. But that information is not coming out clear. So the public is in a bit disarray in whether or not we have violated anything, you know. Mm-hmm. But say that, you know, that is beside the point. Why is he trying to remove a motion of no confidence based on an order paper that has on 13 lengthy items, a lot of bills, 12 bills, that's going to take us for the next 3 to 4 weeks before we get to the end of those bills. So we end of September, and by the time this motion of no confidence comes up, you'll be in October. Mm-hmm. So why is he anxious? So he doesn't want a motion of no confidence to come against his government. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to really make sure it doesn't happen, because if it doesn't go on this order paper and comes up in early October, then if we have to submit it for the next meeting, this session here, or this sitting here is not going to finish until the end of September. Mm-hmm. And then he has a two months window based on the Constitution, 60 days, before he calls another meeting. Mm-hmm. So September, October, November, you're up in November, December going. Then you have the throne speech, you have the budget, and all those kind of stuff going to be happening. So what he's trying to do is protect his own skin. Mm-hmm. That's what I think he's doing.
Okay. And in terms of, I know I was following the House during, prior to it being recessed, you guys would have walked out where the Speaker would have said the quorum is no longer here. What happens going forward? Is it a situation now, if the Premier is successful in removing this no confidence motion from being able to be called in this current session, will you guys return to the House? How does this affect future proceedings?
Well, we will have to resubmit the motion of no confidence, and it's not the Premier's ruling; it's the Speaker ruling. The mere fact the Speaker put it on the other paper says that she was comfortable that I have met all the criteria. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of the Speaker ruling, and if the Speaker ruled against that it wasn't properly done, mm-hmm. then we have to resubmit it. Mm-hmm. And that's where he's hoping that to happen, so that by the time it comes up again, we be in October, November, December going. Mm-hmm. So it will play into his catch. So if he goes to London and he gets the order in council to be lifted, then he'll make it look like he got up wrong the point. All of those things he's banking on.
Okay. And in terms of, I know you would have mentioned, other members of the opposition would have mentioned as well, that during the last few months, the opposition have been lenient in terms of compromising with the rules in terms to ensure that certain bills pass through the House much quicker without any delays. Should it be a situation now going forward now where, as I would have mentioned, let's say the Speaker of the House rules in favor of the Premier, what happens now with the other set of agenda on today's or the paper? Will you guys be there to ensure that a quorum is there to allow that process to continue?
Listen, the motion on no confidence speaks to the economy of this country. We all know that the economy is hurting. A lot of small businesses and medium-term businesses are really catching it, having it difficult to operate in the country. The roads in a mess, the sewage, the water, good supply of potable, all of these things are in the motion of no confidence.
But that motion of no confidence is what the opposition says is a motion from the people of the Virgin Islands. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
Viewers, up next we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Orange alert! Orange alert!
Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Moving right along on the local scene in the Virgin Islands, this past weekend, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force conducted a series of targeted operations resulting in significant seizures and the arrest of an individual in possession of a prohibited firearm as well as illegal drugs. Our Kamal Haynes has more on this story.
But these operations are part of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force's ongoing efforts to enhance public safety and combat illegal activities here in the British Virgin Islands. On Friday, August 31st, 2024, police conducted an operation here in Scatliff Alley. During that operation, a significant quantity of controlled drugs were found in an old refrigerator. The drugs recovered included 357.1 grams of a green vegetable matter suspected to be marijuana, 27.2 grams of a white powdered substance suspected to be cocaine, and 141.7 grams of an off-white rock-like substance suspected to be crack cocaine. Earlier that day, officers from the Virgin Gorda Police Station responded to a report of a possible firearm at a local residence. Upon arriving, officers were met by the father of the minor involved, who granted permission to conduct a search of the premises. During the search, officers discovered a green towel, which upon inspection was found to contain a suspected AK-47 rifle, along with a magazine loaded with 18 rounds of ammunition. A 14-year-old was immediately arrested and subsequently charged with unlawful possession of a prohibited firearm and unlawful possession of explosives. The minor was granted bail and was scheduled to appear at the Magistrates Court on Tuesday. But the following day, on Saturday, August 31st, Royal Virgin Islands Police Force officers conducted a successful operation at Capoons Bay. During the search, an extended empty magazine was found in an old discarded deep freezer outside an establishment. In addition to the magazine recovery, officers conducted searches of over 20 persons and vehicles in the area. Acting Commissioner of Police Jacqueline Vanterpool praised the successful operations and encouraged the public to continue reporting suspicious activities, emphasizing the importance of community involvement in the fight against crime. But the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force continues to urge residents to report any suspicious activities by calling the Crime Stoppers line at 800-8477. Alternatively, individuals can contact the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Intelligence Unit at 368-9339. But police has assured the public that any information related to any of their hotlines will be confidential. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
Premier of the Virgin Islands, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, has announced plans to address the potential removal of the Order in Council during an upcoming meeting with the new Overseas Territories Minister, Stephen Doughty. The discussions are set to take place during a visit to the United Kingdom on September 11th, where Premier Wheatley will be accompanied by His Excellency Governor Daniel Pruce. The Order in Council, which has been a point of contention, will be a key topic in the conversations. Premier Wheatley expressed his intention to engage in a thorough dialogue with Minister Doughty, focusing on the possibility of reseating the Order in Council, which has significant implications for the governance of these Virgin Islands. In addition, viewers, to the discussing of the Order in Council, Premier Wheatley aims to seek clarification on the review process and timeline for the Commission of Inquiry reforms.
At that meeting, I'll be seeking to get clarity on the review process and timeline and getting the Constitution suspension order lifted. From the very beginning, we asserted that the Order in Council, which would abolish democratic governance, was a colonial coercive tool that had no place in a modern partnership. We have the opportunity with a new UK government and a new direction to start a new era of partnership based on mutual respect and democratic values on our road to building a sustainable nation. I will also be conveying my government's commitment to ongoing governance reform and the modern partnership we wish to build with the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has an obligation under UN Convention to provide support for non-self-governing territories to get on the road to full self-government. We are committed to this journey and continue to build our governance strength. We welcome the UK as a partner in this regard.
Governor Pruce, when questioned about his focus areas for the September 11th meeting, emphasized that he would not preempt the discussions with the OT minister. However, he assured that an accurate and comprehensive picture of the progress made on the COI reforms would be presented during this meeting.
I can imagine, in that discussion, it will be our duty to present a full and accurate picture of the progress that's been achieved and to discuss with the Minister those areas which he wants to inquire about further or which may be raising any particular questions or concerns. And then we'll take the discussion forward from there. As I say, it's the first opportunity for us both to have this sort of a discussion with the Minister. And obviously comes at a key moment as we sustain the momentum of the work that we've been doing in recent months into next week up to the 11th.
The BVI Health Services Authority has confirmed the unfortunate passing of Mr. Rivanio Bucky Sprov, who sought care at the Nurse Iris O'Neill Clinic on August 31st, 2024. According to an official statement released by the BVIHSA, Mr. Sprov arrived at the clinic outside of its adjusted operating hours and tragically passed away before medical care could be administered. The BVI Health Service Authority has expressed deep sorrow over the incident and extended its heartfelt condolences to Mr. Sprov's family and loved ones during this difficult time. Now, in response to this tragic event, the BVIHSA has initiated a thorough investigation, they say, to gather all available information surrounding Mr. Sprov's passing. Now, obviously, no timeline has been presented, and we do not know what will become of this said investigation. The authority is engaging with residents of the 9th District to ensure that all concerns are addressed within the utmost seriousness. The BVIHSA has also reiterated its commitment to patient safety as well as the well-being, acknowledging the importance of accessible health care. Despite previous efforts to publicize the clinic's reduced hours and emergency contact numbers, the incident has prompted the authority to begin a review of its protocols and procedures. This includes evaluating clinic hours, emergency response protocols, and communication strategies to better serve this community. As part of its response, the BVIHSA has announced the resumption of 24-hour operations at the Nurse Iris O'Neill Clinic. The BVIHSA has requested privacy and understanding for Mr. Sprov's family during the time and pledged to provide further updates as more information becomes available. Viewers, this particular story is of interest because for a long time, the sister islands of the British Virgin Islands have been crying out for proper health care. There are a couple things that we need to look at when it comes to this story. One, why is it that so often the Nurse Iris O'Neill Clinic seems to be facing a number of issues that would affect its operating times? And why is it that in the 21st century, 2024, the sister island of Virgin Gorda still does not have adequate full-time 24-hour medical health services? What happens in times of emergencies? These are questions that our leaders should be answering. But up next, we have more on our local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Hi, my name is Judy, VI Motors Operations Assistant, and I'm here with Thing, our mechanic here, and we're going to show you today how you can locate your VIN number on a vehicle.
Your vehicle's VIN, or Vehicle Identification Number, it's a unique code specific to your car. It's important for various purposes like registration, insurance, and maintenance. To find your VIN, start by looking at the dashboard on the driver's side. You can see it through the windshield near the bottom corner of the dashboard. It's usually a small metal plate or a sticker with a combination of 17 characters. If you can't find it there, other common locations include the driver's side door jab, engine block, or it may be mentioned in your registration's documents. And that's how you find your vehicle's VIN number. Remember, this unique identifier is crucial for various services related to your car. It's a good idea to note it down or take a picture for future references. If you are having trouble locating it, please don't hesitate to ask a professional or refer to your owner's manual for guidance. Thank you for watching this quick guide on finding your vehicle's VIN. Stay tuned for more helpful tips to keep your car in top condition. Visit us at Dove's Bottom or at our Parts Point location in Virgin Gorda, or call us at 494-2496 or our website at www.vimotors.com.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
Life is unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate. This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right, and we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
In case we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good, and we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The government of the Virgin Islands has signed a major contract for the refurbishment and upgrade of the Virgin Islands Fire and Rescue Services headquarters at Tender Bay. The contract, valued at some over $100,000, was awarded to Trojan Design and Development Limited, signaling the start of extensive works aimed at modernizing the expanding and the headquarters capabilities. Minister of Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai M. Reimer, expressed his enthusiasm for the project, highlighting its importance in bolstering the fire and rescue services capacity to serve the community effectively. Now, viewers, this refurbishment project is comprehensive. It's targeting several key areas to ensure that the facility meets the highest standards of the safety, functionality, and resilience. Among the critical upgrades, the headquarters will be equipped with the capacity to house 9 tenders, appliances, as well as trucks, an essential improvement given for the current lack of adequate housing for these vehicles. Security enhancements form a major component of the project, with, of course, plans to install advanced security measures, including surveillance cameras, external and internal lighting on all sides of the tender bay, and a sophisticated, they say, security control system. In addition to security, the project will address vital infrastructure needs such as drainage, improvement for both the new roof as well as the ground roof floor level of the tender bay facility. The design will also incorporate flood considerations, particularly around the adjacent diesel tank area, now to safeguard the facility against potential flooding. The project will conclude with the preparation of a as-built drawing, manuals, and the training of fire and rescue personnel on the operation of new equipment and systems, ensuring they are fully equipped to manage the upgrade and facilities. The Virgin Islands is mourning the loss of a stalwart citizen and former civil servant, Mrs. Rita FRETT-GEORGES, MBE, a trailblazing figure in the territory's healthcare sector. Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Vincent O. Wheatley, extended heartfelt condolences to her family, recognizing her invaluable contributions to the fields of nursing, mental health, and overall healthcare within the Virgin Islands. Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley also issued an official statement crediting Mrs. FRETT-GEORGES with advancing mental health care in the territory. Mrs. FRETT-GEORGES was a pivotal figure in the establishment of the mental health services within the Virgin Islands. In 1975, she founded the first Mental Health Association, which played a critical role in advocating for the care of the mentally ill and the development of community mental health services. Her stalwart leadership extended way beyond mental health. Mrs. FRETT-GEORGES served as the Chief Nursing Officer, where she was instrumental in ensuring that the Virgin Islands was represented in regional and international nursing bodies. She was also a key figure in the Virgin Islands' participation within the Regional Nursing Body and the International Council of Nurses Annual Conference. One of her lasting legacies is the development of the Nursing Education Master Plan. Under her guidance, a nursing assistant program was developed within the collaboration with the Hocking Group in Ohio, and a registered nurse to Bachelor of Science in Nursing program was also delivered through SUNY Buffalo. In recognition of her extraordinary contributions, Mrs. FRETT-GEORGES was awarded the Member of the Order of the British Empire in 1992. Acting Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Health and Social Development, Ms. Tasha Bertie, also paid tribute to Mrs. FRETT-GEORGES, describing her as a stalwart healthcare practitioner, administrator, healthcare, and champion and leaders. We here at 284 Media, CCT, and BVI Cable TV extend our sincere condolences to the family of the late Miss Rita FRETT-GEORGES. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com. And of course, like us on our WhatsApp channel for daily updates, as well as to like us on our Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Do have an enjoyable, safe evening. A happy Tuesday's wish to everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.